Hello and welcome back to 64 Squares Official. Today we are exploring a brilliant attacking masterpiece from one of the strongest tournaments ever held, Linares 1998. Often called the Wimbledon of chess, Viswanathan Anand was already renowned for his lightning-fast calculation and effortless attacking style, while Vassily Ivanchuk was considered one of the most creative and unpredictable geniuses that the game has ever seen. Whenever these two legends met, fireworks were almost guaranteed. In this round 12 encounter, Anand had the black pieces. What followed was a masterful demonstration of tactical precision, culminating in a brilliant queen invasion and a decisive attack. So now let's dive into the game. E4 and C5. Anand immediately chooses the Sicilian defense. Is ready to fight for the initiative instead of settling for equality. The Sicilian creates unbalanced positions. Black willingly accepts a slight space disadvantage in exchange of dynamic active play. Now knight f3 and d6, d4 and c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight to f6, knight to c3 and knight to c6. Everything follows the main line. Both players rapidly developed their pieces while fighting for control of the central squares. Bishop to g5, Ivanchuk chooses the famous Richter-Rauzer Attack, one of the sharpest weapons against the Sicilian. The bishop pins the knight and prepares aggressive kingside play. Now e6, queen to d2 and bishop to e7. White goes for queenside castling and black castles on the king side. Both sides castle on opposite wings. This immediately tells us what kind of game we are about to witness. When kings sit on opposite sides, both players race to attack before their own king comes under fire. Now f3, supporting the e4 pawn while preparing a kingside pawn storm. White usually wants g4 and h4. Now knight takes a d4, queen takes d4 and a6. Anand begins his queenside expansion. The pawn move also prevents knight to b5 ideas. Now h4, Ivanchuk wastes no time. The attack begins. Now b5, Anand responds in classic Sicilian fashion. Instead of defending, he launches his own attack. King to b1, a useful safety move. The king steps away from future checks on the c file. Now queen to c7, preparing rook activity and supporting queenside pressure. h5, white gains more space. The intention is to weaken black's king. Now h6, attacking the bishop on g5, an important defensive move. The bishop must decide where to go. Bishop goes to h4, keeping the bishop active while maintaining pressure. Now bishop to b7, developing with initiative toward the long diagonal. Every black piece is now joining the attack. Knight to e2, white reroutes the knight toward better attacking squares. Now rook a to c8, the rook immediately occupies the open c file. Notice how Anand consistently places his pieces on active files before beginning tactical operations. Now queen to d2, rook f to d8, both rooks are now perfectly coordinated. The pressure continues to increase. Rook to e1, white reinforces the center. Now e5, excellent central active play. Rather than waiting, Anand challenges white's center directly. Now bishop takes f6, Ivanchuk gives up the bishop pair. Now bishop takes f6, Anand gladly recaptures. His dark squared bishop becomes an attacking monster. Now knight to c3, knight heads towards d5 with ideas to attack the queen on c7. Bishop to g5, a very energetic move. The bishop attacks the queen while gaining valuable initiative. Every initiative matters in opposite side castling. Now queen to d1, the queen retreats. White has already lost momentum. Now queen to a5, a powerful queen move. Now black attacks both the queen side and the king simultaneously. Pressure is mounting. Now knight to d5, an excellent central square. Ivanchuk tries to create active play before black's attack becomes overwhelming. Now bishop takes d5 and e takes d5. White keeps the center intact. Now comes the tactical explosion with rook takes c2. This is the move everyone remembers, an incredible exchange sacrifice. At first glance, black simply gives away a rook, but Anand has calculated everything. The real target is not the rook, it's the exposed white king. This sacrifice destroys the defensive structure and opens decisive attacking lines. Now king takes c2. This is a force move. White accepts the sacrifice. Now queen takes a2. The queen penetrates. Instead of recovering material immediately, Anand attacks the king. The white monarch is suddenly surrounded. Now f4, attacking the bishop on g5, trying to block the attack. White hopes to create some breathing room. Now rook to c8 check, another brilliant move. The remaining rook joins the attack with initiative. The king has almost nowhere safe to hide. Now king to d2. This is a force move. Now bishop takes f4 with a check, another precise tactical strike. The bishop enters with a check. Every black piece now contributes. Notice the incredible harmony between queen, bishop and rook. Now king to e2, the king continues running. Queen takes b2 with a check, another pawn falls. More importantly, the queen penetrates deeper. The king is completely exposed. Now king to f3, the only practical move, but now Anand finishes it off beautifully. Rook to c1, a masterful final move. The rook lands on the first rank, threatening devastating discoveries and unstoppable mating ideas. White cannot defend against the multiple threats. The queen is trapped, the king has no safety, material losses are unavoidable. Recognizing that resistance was hopeless, Ivanchuk resigned in this position. Even if white plays queen to e2, then queen to c3 check, and king to f2 and queen to g3 check, king to g1 and rook takes e1 attacking the queen. Queen plays f2 and bishop to e3 attacking the queen. Now the queen cannot move, it's pinned. Let's take some key lessons from the game. Opposite side castling means speed is everything. Whoever attacks first usually gains the initiative. Activity is worth more than material. Anand willingly sacrificed an exchange because active pieces are often more valuable than material. Every piece joined the attack. The queen, bishop and both rooks worked in perfect harmony. There were no spectators. Tactical sacrifices require calculation. The brilliant rook takes c2 was not a gamble. It was based on precise calculation of forcing variations. Initiative wins games. From move 19 onward, Anand never allowed white a single quiet move. Every move came with a threat. That's the hallmark of world-class attacking chess. This game perfectly captures why Viswanathan Anand earned the nickname the Lightning Kid. His attack was not just fast, it was incredibly accurate. The exchange sacrifice rook takes c2 followed by the relentless queen and rook invasion remains one of the finest tactical sequences from Linares 1998, showcasing how initiative, piece coordination and precise calculation can overwhelm even a player as imaginative as Ivanchuk. So, if you enjoyed this deep dive in one of Anand's brilliant attacking victories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to 64 Squares Official and hit the notification bell so you never miss another classic game analysis. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.